We're
you...
here, we're queer, we're...
I'm a deer, and I am so sorry.
Yeah, I'm here, and I'm
Anyone who
just
spends
sorry.
any time on Pinterest or Tumblr might get that.
Tumblr.
I spend so much time on Pinterest, and I have absolutely no idea what you're on
Yeah, it's not good.
about.
Have you...
Okay.
Have you ever walked into a bathroom and just had it smell like dog shit?
No.
Hi, welcome back to the ZeroFunction podcast. I'm your host for this week, Lee. I'm here with Jen and Conall, and that happened to me at work this week.
What?
It was not great. So we have a dog, okay, big dog, German Shepherd,
Big boy.
right? So I know what that smells like. Like I walk him on the weekends, and there's a regular route that we take, and he stops at the same place every time and takes a
Fellas
dump.
like that too.
So
Yeah.
I know that smell, and I can handle it. It's not a pleasant smell, but I can handle it. But something about knowing that smell came from a human is like
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It was disgusting. It was maybe one of the few times that I ever legitimately questioned what am I doing with my life.
Have you ever been serving a customer and then they've farted?
No, that's even worse.
It's-
Oh my
no.
God.
No. I've been breathed on by a customer who smelled. Oh my.
Oh, yeah, that's
God.
worse too. Like the BO smell.
Yeah.
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 And you just
Yeah.
have to stand there and take it, and you're like,
I'm like,
please let me go.
Breath is not good.
Yeah.
For once, I'm glad we have the shields at work. At the tills. I'm like, keep your BO over there, boy. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
want
but
that.
like at the shop, I was serving someone and they let one go silently, but it just
Yeah.
wafted, and then I was like, and I just had to take a step back, and I was like, I'll be right back.
Sometimes I'm at work and I'm like, is there anybody around? Like, I scan the place and I don't
See,
walk.
but, like,
and I don't.
sometimes you have to, but like
Yeah.
at least you scan the environment.
And
I
I-
was talking to this person like
Yeah.
across the counter, and I'm like,
And I try not to walk anywhere for like maybe 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of stay in the same area. I'm like, okay, let's keep it here. It's more scary when the coworker just starts walking that way. I'm like, no, please. I'm like, no. It's
please,
not
I
good.
beg. But yeah, oh man, you just, it's so sad because like you can't just be like, I smelled that, or like whatever, like what you'd normally do if you like did encounter that with someone else, but because they're a customer, you're just like,
Yep, pretty much.
Let me just
you can't
breathe
say
this
anything.
and
Like,
through
No, God.
I like hold my breath
Oh my
for as
God.
long as possible, and then I'm like
Ye-
talking to them, I'm like, yep, running out of breath.
Fuck's sake.
That is horrible.
Yeah.
That is legitimately horrible.
So what is
Oh.
today's topic on, Lee?
Not that.
Thank the Lord.
No, that
I'm
was
glad.
just a
Any
completely.
bodily fluids, and I would not be able to handle this podcast.
No. Well,
What?
Oh, okay.
Well, that's
I mean,
concerning.
it's not really what you'd think of when you
I mean,
say
blood?
bodily fluid. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, I can handle that.
Yeah, blood. Possibly. We don't know because this is an unsolved mystery.
Pog.
Poggers! Are we
Oh.
gonna solve a mystery? That actually has happened. I've seen, like, obviously not, like, big things, but, like, people have done, like, unsolved mystery podcasts, and they're like, wait, but actually, like, and they've, like, open
They've
cases.
legit solved it.
Yeah.
Like how the internet helped find Gabby Petito. Have you been
Yeah.
following that at all?
Oh, very, very loosely.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I've basically just I know what I've absorbed through osmosis by social media.
I don't know if she got found. I thought-
They found the body. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
when
and
you
it-
said found, I thought
No,
alive.
and it was
Yeah.
because so the Gabby Petito case, for anyone who doesn't know, is there was an influencer and her boyfriend were going on a cross country trip in the States. They hired a van, I think, and like started out on this trip. It was supposed to be a 3 or 4 week trip, and then I think 2 weeks into it, her boyfriend returned home, not with her. He hired a lawyer, refused to speak to anyone, and then just disappeared.
Ah, yes.
And her body was found maybe a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And this was a couple months ago, I think, that this thing happened.
Mm.
And the reason it was found is because another vlogger was recording a video, I think, in their car as they drove past the van. Like, they
Oh.
found the van
Oh, right.
because of this video, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, someone who was watching it recognized it from the reports that had been made public as the van that they rented.
Oh.
I think they rented it. Again, I don't know all the details. Like,
Yeah.
you can go look it up if you want to find out more information, audience. Yeah. But, yeah, a couple of days later, the police searched the area and found what we presume is her body. And yeah, I don't think it was very far from the van.
Yeah.
And there were like belongings scattered around the vehicle and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Do they know what the cause of death is at the moment? Or-
Presumably he killed her.
Ah, yeah.
So
Allegedly.
it seems pretty
Yeah.
Yeah.
shut and closed.
But
Like,
yeah, the part of now that has happened, the part of the case that everyone is focusing on is what just happened.
It said
What?
on the screen. It said you may be having performance issues. Like on the recording screen.
I mean,
Did you miss that? Like the whole
He
screen
might be.
blacked out, and it was like you might be
you know, we don't know that.
like the recording
You-
thing or the entire second monitor,
the recording thing.
the window.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does that sometimes.
Are you having performance issues?
I don't think the software is very good. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Deflecting. Interesting.
It's
So-
fine.
Deflecting the question.
So,
It's okay.
so yeah. Now that all that has happened with this case, the part that I'm most interested in is that Dog the Bounty Hunter is now tracking this guy.
Dog.
Like this case was already like in the public eye.
Yeah.
And on social media, like it's a very public case. Are you guys familiar with Dog the Bounty Hunter?
No,
I
know what a
think
bounty
I think
hunter
I've
is,
heard
but
the name.
I've never heard
Okay,
of dog
so
bounty hunter.
in the States, they still have bounty hunters, and I think
Yeah.
maybe in some other countries, but it's most prominent in America, I think.
Well,
and these are
'cause how many people skip bail in?
yeah, exactly. These are the guys who like run their own businesses, and they work contracts for law enforcement, basically. Yeah, tracking down bail skippers, like people who
Yeah.
miss court dates and
Yeah.
other things.
Or
and
repossess items for like bail costs.
yeah, they can
somewhere.
work repo jobs sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter was a guy who was obviously a bounty hunter, who had a reality TV show back in the mid 2000s. He
Okay.
was fairly well known at the time. He's kind of like a little more obscure these days, but it's Dog the Bounty Hunter. Like you don't forget
Dog.
a name like that,
Yeah.
really. And you like this guy you'd know him if you saw him. He looks exactly like you'd expect. Yeah, and he has taken it upon him because this is a really public case. He has taken it upon himself to track this guy down, the boyfriend, whose name I actually don't remember, which is terrible.
Damn.
And yeah, he's been posting updates on his
Damn.
hunt, and he reckons he's pretty close to finding him. So
Oh, shit.
yeah, we're all waiting to see where the Dog the Bounty Hunter
Hunt
pulls
him
through,
down.
Yeah.
which
That's
is
the one thing with making
insane.
with making that stuff so public. Like, if he can't do it, the backlash he's gonna receive. Like, if he doesn't
Yeah.
find the boyfriend,
Oh,
because
yeah.
everyone's gonna be like, "Well, you're a bounty hunter. What the hell, man? Like,
Yeah, and of
your
course,
Do
job
your
is to find
job,
people."
man.
Yeah.
yeah, and of course, obviously, this case is it's started a discussion on the role of social media in these
Yeah.
kinds of things, and how it's been handled by law enforcement and all that kind of thing. But I just think it's really fascinating to look
Yeah.
into.
I
Yeah.
don't think like social media is really that. But like, obviously, I don't think every single facet of whatever case should be public. But like, with missing people
Florida
or like
man.
looking for people or whatever. Wait, what?
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I think that speaks for itself.
Yeah.
But like, it can be so helpful because I've seen people like even TikTok videos. I've seen people being like, "Oh, I just went to a I can't think of a place. We're not going to say Wendy's, really obscure, but like, I just went to a Wendy's and there was this really hot guy. TikTok, do your thing, find him for me." And they do. They were like,
Yeah,
"Oh yeah, this
that's
really nice guy like gave me his number." Things, and I was like, if you guys can do that sort of like connections of this person was here at this time. And you can find these people.
Yeah, I do not want.
I mean, see, that's there is that sort of creepy aspect from it, but like in cases and stuff like that, I think it's really helpful.
It's like
If the police can't
definitely.
do it,
Yeah.
may as well just go to the internet. Everyone knows everything on the internet.
Yeah, but that can backfire. People have
I mean, people
made
definitely do take it too far
mistakes.
as well. Yeah.
I think there was a streamer. And he was this old guy, and people were trying to find somebody who did something. I can't quite remember the details, but long story short, this guy was innocent, didn't do anything, and he started pretty much receiving death threats from people because they thought they had found the right guy.
Damn.
So it's like
Yeah,
there's also that side of it.
with everything though. There's always going to be a good and a bad side to things. Like there's no right.
Yeah, but
way,
that's not cash
only
money.
right
This
way to
this
do it, but
elderly
yeah.
man just chilling, streaming, doing some games, just just get swamped.
That's so shit. Do you guys remember that like news show? And they're like, "Oh, this is what the person looks like," and it looks like the news anchor.
Oh yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And he's just like,
I love that.
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
it's-
Hold up.
"Bro, that would be so awkward." Because what do you do in that situation? You're like,
Run.
"I swear it's not me."
There's not really much you can do. It's like,
Oh Jesus.
panic.
So
You're like, if
Yeah.
you see my twin brother, well,
Well, it's not me.
yeah, he
Oh,
just
no.
doesn't talk about him.
what about that? Like, what if you had a twin and your twin killed someone or whatever, and you get arrested and you're like, "It wasn't me. It was my it was my twin."
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, they can do fingerprints and things like that, but like, are twins' fingerprints that different?
I believe they should be different, I would think.
I don't actually know. I feel like
yeah,
that's something I should know.
because their DNA would be, they'd be like, "We found your DNA at the crime." It's just like,
Yeah.
no shit.
Yeah, I don't know. There must be enough of a difference, I would think,
Yeah.
to distinguish.
Yeah, I
Hard to say.
don't think it's possible for twins to be like 100% identical.
Mm.
So I don't know. I'll have to look into that.
See, but if there's only eyewitnesses to whatever crime, then
Yeah,
your twin
you
could just be
be
like,
fucked.
"What?"
But then, if it's only eyewitnesses, I don't think you can be trialed because it wouldn't be sufficient evidence. Unless there's a shitload of people.
Yeah, unless you like do it in broad daylight and you're like, "It was my twin." Aha.
Yeah, like I think that's the kind of situation. But it's like
Real life.
if it's like 2 or 3 people and
Yeah.
they just see you like, you know.
Actually, speaking of that,
bullshit.
yeah, I was watching a movie and it's got Robert Downey Jr. in it, and the guy who plays the father is also a well-known actor, but I don't remember his name. But the father's being trialed for killing someone because he hit him with his car, but the guy's got cancer, so he's got memory loss and all sorts of weird sort of things, so he doesn't remember doing it. But then Robert Downey's character he's a lawyer, but the father doesn't want him to be his lawyer. He's like, "No, I've got my own lawyer, I can do this myself," sort of thing.
Right.
And the lawyer's so shit, and like Robert's sitting behind them writing notes and like passing it to the lawyer this entire time, and this lawyer's just not proving anything. And then the security guys are like, "Oh yeah, no, I saw him make eye contact with the victim," and Robbie Downey Jr. just grabs the notepad and like hits the lawyer over the head with it, and like on the notepad it just says, "You can't prove eye contact, you idiot." And I'm like, bro, he gets thrown out of the courtroom. It was the funniest thing.
Oh my
'cause
God,
he's
I'm
just
gonna
like,
have to find that.
"Bruh." It's actually quite a good film.
Mm.
I don't remember what it's called because it was one of those things that was just on,
Yeah.
and I like came past and I was like, "Oh, quite interesting."
This would have been pre Iron Man, presumably.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah. He was quite young, so yeah, I think so.
Cool.
I can't even think of it.
Yeah,
I don't watch enough
literally-
films,
Yeah,
so,
I've never heard
yeah.
of it until watching it.
I was expecting you would know for some reason.
No, I'm not.
Your
I'm not familiar
plethora
with
of knowledge.
Downey's early film work.
Knowledge. Mm.
Could probably, like I said, the father's also a very well-known actor. The guy who plays the lawyer actually is the guy who plays the lawyer is now in a series called Parenthood, but I doubt you'd know
No.
what that is.
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
Never seen it.
Robert.
Anyway, while Jen does that, let's introduce our story for today.
Please and thank you.
So, have either of you ever heard of Lake City Quiet Pills?
No.
Ooh.
Is it ringing a bell?
It's literally called The Judge.
Was this on Red Web?
Yes.
Okay.
I think
It's
it
been
was-
so long ago, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was
enough.
the
Robert
pilot
Duvall
episode
is also
of
the
Red Web.
dad.
Something
Oh,
about
okay.
something about a phone or something, and then Was that the right thing?
No, not a phone.
a place that doesn't like exist. I don't know.
No.
I it does definitely ring a bell though.
now I'm
tell you
trying,
that.
now I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out which one you're
I
talking
don't know
about.
anything.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, this is a mystery that originates on Reddit.
Red
Oh.
dots.
So we're
Wait.
solving an internet mystery today.
Is this a real thing?
Huh?
Is this a real thing? Or
This is a
Reddit
real thing.
story?
This is
Okay.
a real thing.
As soon as you're like, it originates on Reddit, I'm like,
I mean, I'm
instantly
gonna-
distressed.
I'm going to say that there's plenty.
Yeah,
There's
fair.
plenty of people who have claimed that it's a hoax over the years, but this is an actual thing that
Okay.
happened.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So are you two familiar with Reddit?
Reddit, yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Obviously.
Good.
I still don't quite understand how like the home, because like when I use Reddit, I'm like searching for a specific thing.
Yes.
So like the scary stories or whatever.
The
but,
homepage
like,
is broken anyway. Don't worry.
yeah,
about
the
it.
homepage of Reddit, I don't quite understand. It's like Twitter. I don't really understand
The
it. You know?
homepage of Reddit is supposed to only show your subreddits. However, they've changed it now, so it shows things you're not bloody interested in.
Well, I really only scroll the homepage, and I always have it set to popular. So
Yeah, mine just shows up.
and I
with,
don't subscribe to any.
Mine just shows up
subreddits.
with subreddits I'm not subscribed to. I'm like, I don't want to
I
see
get a
this.
lot of adverts too, and I'm like, is this a post or an ad, or what am I looking at here?
It's ads.
Yeah, I started getting posts from the Auckland subreddit and the conservative NZ subreddit,
Oh.
which I think is because I went
Yeah,
on
no,
Reddit
I get
when
the
I was in
Auckland
Auckland
one as well.
a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So
No,
started getting that.
I've
I had to
begun
block
them as
it.
well because I'm subscribed
not
to the New
blog.
Zealand one at least. There's
Mhm.
just a lot of people complaining about house prices though.
Well, it's just a bunch of
Yeah.
anime and DIYs, to be honest, and scary
That
stories.
doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one of the like very early mysteries to come out of Reddit. Dates back to 2009.
Oh damn!
So,
Very early.
so this has been
When was
a
Reddit
discussion for
made?
a while. Reddit. Good question. I don't actually know.
I'd probably say only a little earlier than that. I would think.
Well,
Because 2009 was YouTube.
Was, God, just let me. No, don't take me to the
Fucking
website.
hell.
Just let me search Reddit. Oh my god.
I think.
2005.
Oh, shit.
Damn, that's old. Holy
I didn't
shit.
think it. So that Reddit's been around since like MySpace days.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. Reddit's
Reddit.
it's one of the older ones.
I feel like it only got popular 2000, at least after 2010.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, definitely.
Like 2012, 2013.
Probably about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this.
Oh, jokes! YouTube was founded in 2005. I swear it
yes.
just became
Yes,
the
it
first
was.
one.
You have
in
lied to me.
2009.
Lies.
No, 2005 sounds right.
Damn. Okay.
So the main crux of this mystery focuses around a user named Religion of Peace.
Religion
On
of
Reddit.
Peace. That
Religion
sounds
of Peace.
great.
Yeah, and this guy was.
Go to church.
Hmm?
I don't know why. That's just the type of person I used to imagine like having that username.
Well, this guy served, amongst other things, as a moderator of r/jailbait.
Okay,
So-
completely different.
Yeah. Not going to go into that. But yeah.
I know the name and I don't think I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what
yeah.
is it?
It's
It sounded
jailbait.
bad. That's all I
It
remember.
was a subreddit that was notorious for users posting pictures of women who appeared to be underage.
Ah, right. Okay.
Ah.
Yep. Cool.
Um,
Got that.
and or may have been underage.
Yeah.
Non-pornographic as far as I know, but it was shut down in 2012 after I think it was Anderson Cooper did an expose on it.
Yeah.
He's a one of those American newscasters.
Yeah.
You know, like a
Yeah.
Rachel Maddow type. Yeah. So this guy was a moderator for that subreddit, and a couple others I think, but that's not really important. And kind of from his post history, he came across as like a crotchety old man. Like a lot of his posts were complaining about spammers and that kind of thing. He appeared to have a military history. You know, he would post a lot about firearms and combat experiences, that kind of thing.
Right.
He claimed to be so his account was created back in 2007. Claimed to be in his late 70s.
Damn, he's forward.
Yeah, claimed that he was born in 1930 and that he enlisted in the army at 14 and served in World War II.
Okay.
Again, that's like possible, but
Unlikely.
yeah. Claims that he was a naval artilleryman at the Normandy landings.
Yeah.
So
See,
not actually part of the landings, but on the ships.
Well, I can't wrap
That's
my
more
head around.
feasible, probably.
At 14, though.
I can't wrap
Claims
my
that he was big for his age.
like that. Yeah, that's the thing. Like that is plausible because they did need people to join the war and things like that. So that's plausible, but like I still just can't imagine someone who grew up without internet, without Wi-Fi, all that sort of stuff, and then suddenly is on Reddit.
Well,
Like-
he claims to have served in the military for a number of decades after that. I think getting out in the
Yeah.
80s. I think 86 is the year that he says, and then going into a career in something to do with computers.
Probably like
He was
cybersecurity some bullshit.
Even
Hang on, he
so,
says
that
exactly
still
what it
just
is
seems
here.
like a really weird jump for
Yeah.
someone of that age.
I mean, claiming World War II, it's like,
Yeah,
maybe Vietnam at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
Right.
claims to have enlisted at 14, which would have been 1944. And that was the same year that as the Normandy landings, D-Day.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of, Jack Nicholson was born in 1935. I didn't think he was
and
that
was
old.
also raised by his grandparents, who claimed they were his parents.
Oh, shit.
And the woman that he thought was his older sister was actually his mother, because she got pregnant unmarried, and they basically like said that, oh yeah, no, he's actually our son, not our grandson, to like protect his mother's reputation. Yeah.
Interesting.
When did he find
I
that
guess
out?
back
I
then,
think
yeah.
he was an adult, probably in his 40s or 50s
Shit.
before he found out. Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember the whole story. But
God damn.
Jack Nicholson, crazy story.
Crazy man.
A little bit.
Yeah, I only brought that up because I was watching a movie of his today.
Fair enough.
But the year just stuck my memory, so I was just like, oh, he would have been around that time. It's so weird when you see actors and things like that of that age, and you're like, oh yeah, but then like they were around like war times, and you're like, hold up.
Yep. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so claims to have been at the Normandy landings. Claims he didn't actually see combat until 1947 when he was in the Middle East in Jerusalem. He's iffy, but you know,
Didn't see. Wait, okay.
So he
correct
was-
me
he
if I'm
was- he
wrong.
was-
When
he
did
was-
World War II end?
45.
Yeah.
But obviously the US military was active, you know, after that.
Yeah, I know, but he enlisted and didn't see combat through that entire war.
Well, he was,
I mean, if
he was at the Normandy landings on a ship, like carrying artillery shells and stuff.
Okay.
Or so he
which
claims.
kind of
okay.
makes more
Didn't see land
sense.
combat. He claims that he was in the Navy until 45. So a year in the Navy and then joining the army, I guess. Retraining. I don't know. He doesn't go into
Much detail, yeah.
claims he retired from the military in 1987 and went into a computer-related field. He never went into details. Always just referred to his job as a tech writer. But, you know, claims that he was, you know, at the computer all day. So, you know, he had plenty of spare
Where
time.
else to go?
Yeah, so,
Risco, but Reddit.
yeah, why not? So he was fairly active on Reddit. You know, he posted a number of subreddits. Again, a lot of posts about complaining about spammers, his weapons and military expertise. Claims to have seen Led Zeppelin perform 3 times, which, like, if true,
Random.
jealous.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
Random thing to note.
My parents have seen Led Zeppelin.
Very
Seriously?
cool.
jealous. Like, easily my favorite band
Oh, sick.
ever. Love Zeppelin.
Love old Zeppy.
Hell yeah. When he was making these posts, he would link to images on a separate website. And
Scammer alert.
well, no, it was ostensibly just a image hosting site, like Imager or something.
Yeah.
That he would, he would link to images from it.
Yeah.
And this website was called LakeCityQuietPills.com.
All right.
And by 2009, remember this guy created his Reddit account in 2007. By 2009, because he actively encouraged other users to use this image hosting site, by 2009, this image hosting site was just full of porn, basically.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, because the kind of subreddits this guy was posting on, that's the kind of people you're going to attract. And in July of 2009, Religion of Peace died. Yeah, just passed away.
Allegedly?
Right? Old dude died. And on July...
I don't know why, but I didn't expect that to be the twist. I thought he was going to do something. I didn't expect that to be the twist.
Well,
Motherfucker
this guy and, the things that he claims about his background are kind of like the building blocks of this entire mystery. So, on July 17th of 2009, another Reddit account was created. And
he's risen from the dead.
Hey.
Sorry.
Well, no, because this new user used the username 26. So
just 26.
the number 2 dash or hyphen and the number 6.
Okay.
And they...
I was trying to think if that makes anything, and I was like,
No, it's just
yeah,
26.
Super Mario
26.
World 26.
And they've only made one post, and this post was had the title. It's just my ringtone.
Oh, I was
Connell's
just
jamming out to
I
it.
was like, I hear music.
Jamming.
No, we have a D&D game after this, so our other players.
Have arrived. Yeah, I
Yes.
heard them.
Oh, they've
giggling up the
arrived?
stairs.
Yeah.
Did you not hear them?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, they're here. So I'll try to get through this.
Mhm.
There's a little bit to get through, but
Yeah.
20 minutes.
They
Yeah.
can wait.
So this account only has one post, and the post was made. No, it was I don't actually know where it was made.
Was it not made on Reddit?
No, I don't know which subreddit it was made.
Oh,
on.
okay. I was like, Could just be on their
somewhere
account.
on Reddit.
But
Assuming
yeah.
on the ones he frequents, yeah.
So this thread had the title "The End of Religion of Peace." He died today.
Oh.
Okay.
So I'll read out this
maybe
post.
a fan.
Well, I'm the person who provided Religion of Peace the space for that old guy's image host, which is what ROP usually described Lake City Quiet Pills as. He would
Sorry, say that again.
that old guy's image host. That's what he would call it when he linked it to other people.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm the person who provided Religion of Peace the space for that old guy's image host. Milo died today. He was 79 years old. He died at his desk looking at your site. Milo was a mean old fucker. Mean and ornery. There's a lot of spelling mistakes in this. I'm going to do my best to read it legibly. He hooked me up with my first gig when I got out of the army. I didn't like finding him like that. Milo didn't have any living relatives and no real friends, and other than his landlady and a few people where he worked, he didn't talk to anyone about much of anything. Me, he just tolerated. As I said, he was mean. I think he used that as a shield to keep people away from him. Milo thought God was some kind of con game thought up by some lazy sons of bitches who didn't want to work every day. So he's going into the fire on Monday without a service, just like he wanted. I'm planning to dump his ashes in the woods in Pennsylvania, near where he was born. Can't put them right there because there's a mall there now. I gave the girl next door his raggedy old cat and most of his books, his computers and tronic shit he tagged for the disabled vets and the VVA, which I'm assuming he's referring to the Veterans Association, which is like
about
the
right, yeah.
RSA that we have here. All the rest of the stuff is for the Salvation Army. All those years and everything he owned fit in the trunk of his... All those years and everything he owned fits in the trunk of my car. I don't know what else to say. I'll miss him. Miserable bastard.
Alright.
And yeah, there were a lot of people who reacted to this post because this guy was pretty active up until his death, I
Yeah.
suppose. And yeah, this guy 26 was supposedly surprised, at this response. Like he didn't realize, that
Wait, so 26 worked with him?
26 was acquainted with Milo.
Okay.
We'll
yeah.
Assisted.
Religion of Peace will be referred to as Milo from
Yeah,
now
yeah.
on because
Milo.
that is ostensibly his real name. Yeah.
Also
so,
easier to say.
yeah. Yeah. So,
Obviously,
obviously,
said he hooked him up with his first job, but did they stay acquainted after that?
I would
Oh,
assume
okay.
so.
Yeah.
I'm making eyebrows.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, that's
is the eyebrows the new? We'll get to that.
it might be, but you're asking the right questions, right?
God.
So, yeah, so a lot of people offering their condolences to this guy and to Milo.
Hearts
Yeah.
in the chat. F in the
And-
chat.
Yeah,
Rip
and
in the chat.
2-6.
Both of them.
2-6. I think he was replying to his initial post after people had already commented on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, one of his comments was, "God damn, I didn't know so many people could like him that didn't sling a gun with him. Thank you. So I'm out of here now. I don't do this stuff like you and Milo. Take care, keep the faith." This stuff being, Reddit,
Yeah.
internet stuff. And 2 days after that, he would make one more comment on July 21st, 2009. This one simply said, "If you're interested, this is where Milo is now." And he posted a link to Google Maps, which showed an area in Pennsylvania, which was believed to be where he spread Milo's ashes.
That would make sense.
Yeah. He claimed that this piece of land that was marked in this link was previously owned by Milo's family. So that would make sense.
Okay.
Okay, why I'm confused is it's not like he's buried. So why would you post a Google Maps to someone where someone's ashes were spread? So you're literally just going to go to a part of the woods and be like there's nothing to
Well,
see.
yeah, in case someone who interacted with Milo wanted to go and pay their respects.
But there's nothing to see. You don't know where exactly the ashes are spread.
No, but you can still do it.
You just go to the land and you're like,
You can,
You're here somewhere.
You can
Yeah.
believe it.
believe and you will
Yeah,
achieve.
why not?
Believe in Milo
Yeah.
will show up as a
Different-
ghost.
Different people mourn in different ways,
Yeah, true. I guess.
I know. Yeah, so seems like that's pretty cut and dried, right?
Yeah.
Guy is pretty active on Reddit, dies.
Yeah, I'm wondering where the mystery comes in.
Another guy who knows him makes a post to explain everything and says, "Hey, you can go here to pay your respects if you want." I don't know what this is all about, but yeah, this guy, but yeah,
What was the
Milo
thing
seemed to
about
like
the
it. So
mall?
peace.
Sorry?
The mall was built where I'm assuming Milo wanted his ashes
Oh,
spread
okay.
initially, but
Or
obviously
where his old family
couldn't do
home
it.
was?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something along those
Um,
lines, would seem.
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay, I'm all caught up right now.
yeah,
So-
so Milo was pretty active on Reddit, as I have repeatedly said, and a lot of people were interested in who he actually was. So they started following trails.
It's
Hang on.
Jody.
Is it?
Well, Jody posted in the
Look at
chat.
this. Oh.
Fight her.
Yes, she did. Hang on a second. I'm just gonna.
What's she saying? She'd
I'm
been
just
like,
gonna
come
reply
out of
to
the
this.
room.
She's like, bruh, excuse me, ma'am, we were doing this for... Y'all can chill for half an hour longer.
Yep. Okay. So
Oh my gosh, your
That one,
microphone looks like an ice cream cone.
No, that's a
Yes.
sock. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna,
was
I'm
like,
not gonna
that's
still
lick
using
that.
the socks as the pop
Roadie
filter.
ass
Shut up!
thing.
I'm too lazy to walk around the corner and buy a pop filter.
okay. So let's race through
Wait,
this.
walk around the
So
corner.
we need to get this done. Right.
Neonimates.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the logical place to start to follow up on this is to look at this new account,
Yes.
2-6, right? So
2-6 is dead. Please, like you're ruining my story.
Yes.
so we've all, I think we've all seen the ridiculous power of investigation that
Yes.
the internet
definitely.
can have,
Mm-hmm,
because some Reddit users were able to find a pretty similar username on a website called Fark, and Fark has been around for
Fark.
Yeah, both of us were like, okay.
years.
Yeah.
It's a site where people would post and comment on ridiculous news stories.
Florida,
Okay.
man.
Interesting.
I obviously heard of it, but I'd never actually gone to it until I was researching this. So and yeah, it's just like ridiculous, funny headlines, and people comment on it.
So it's just a subreddit, but an entire website.
Kinda, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that's how you want to think about it,
Yeah.
I suppose. Yeah, so they found a user called Angel26, spelt ANGELTWO-SIX.
Okay.
So similar, but not necessarily related.
That's really strange because my mum used to. It's no longer, but she used to have a password called Angel Girl 2626, which is
That-
really strange now. Like,
I mean, I get. Maybe there's just something about that particular
There's a link.
combination of words.
Yeah.
She is Milo.
I don't know.
Yeah, my mother is Milo.
So this account was created back in 2001
Sorry,
on Fuck.
I just had a funny thought. I could just imagine my mum on
That sounds
Reddit.
No.
I don't want to.
She's like, lol.
God. Just any parent on Reddit.
But yeah, so yeah, this account was created back in October of 2001, and the email account linked to this Fark account was angel.2.6 at lakecityquietpills.com. So we have a connection. All right, so clearly Angel26 has something to do with Milo and his,
Well, that website.
and
yeah.
his Lake City Quiet Pools website.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, so was that Milo's website? No, it was just
It was an image hosting site that Milo used that 26 claimed to have set up for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got,
So that's that's pretty strong evidence that 26 and Angel 26 are the same person.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Angel 26 on Fark. His comment history was a lot about weapons, primarily firearms, rifles, ammunition, that kind of thing. Also seemed to have a history of military service. And
Strong connections.
his comments. Are you guys familiar with what a signature is on forums?
Oh, I was like, yes, but no.
No, so a signature is something that you can set in your. So certain websites will allow this. I currently post on the Mandalorian Mercenaries website, and that operates kind of similar to those classic forum sites where you have your account, your profile, and when you post, you'll have the main body of your post, and you'll have your account information off to this, or your profile information off to the side, and then down the bottom you can have what's called a signature, which applies itself to every post or comment that you make, and it just has maybe a motto, or you can sometimes put in images or gifs and that kind of thing. This guy's signature had the sentence, dispensing Lake City quiet pills to lousy bastards in need of permanent rest since 1968.
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
Dispensing Lake City quiet pills to lousy bastards in need of permanent rest since 1968. And Lake City quiet pills is all capitalized.
Okay.
Yeah, right? Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
Too lazy. Okay, yeah.
So, next step is to look up this username, Angel26. Right? And they discover that the same username is used on several other websites. Yahoo Answers, Dig, which was the precursor to Reddit, other websites like digital sculpting forums, that kind of thing.
Interesting.
Weird. I know, maybe this is another computer guy. I don't know.
Really funny.
So, yeah, this guy has some, different interests. The Yahoo Answers account, they seem to be interested in, DIY stuff, crafts, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, all of these accounts seem to have consistent spelling and make the same grammar mistakes across all of their posts. So, it's pretty...
Which would come from someone who didn't have any schooling because they were in the military.
I mean, you kind of have to, have proof of education to enlist.
I mean, yeah, but
especially
not...
these days.
Maybe not back then.
Yeah, back then, you'd need to be literate, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you'd need any sort of high qualification. Can you walk? Can you hold gun? Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what
Bing, bing.
I don't know what the US military's education requirements are. But
Probably not too high.
Yeah.
yeah, so so now we go back to the Lake City
They
Quiet
won by
Pools
having numbers.
website. Hey?
I said they won by having numbers.
Yeah, that'd be Russia.
Oh dear. All right.
I feel like
Yeah.
Russia's
So
smart.
yeah. So we're going back.
Sorry,
to,
yes.
We're going back to Lake City Quiet Pools.
Yep.
Okay, the website, the image hosting site.
Mhm.
Because they've looked at this guy and they've figured out, okay, so this guy's he's interesting. We still want to know more about these guys. So let's go look at this website. And on the surface, it just looks to be a genuine image hosting site.
Mhm.
All right.
Full of porn.
Yes, full
Yes.
porn.
Classic.
But what's the first thing you do when going to a website and looking for something? Something that might be hidden.
Oh, I was gonna say type in what you're looking for, but
No.
I don't know what sound that was I
Wait.
just made.
ask that question again. What's
So-
the
When you go to think about someone who's looking for something that might be hidden. When you go to a website, what's the first thing you do?
I
go to the
really
contact, I guess?
don't know.
I don't know.
Developer
Man,
console.
you guys haven't been watching enough MatPat.
No.
No.
You look at the website's source code.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess.
would not.
Well, these internet folks clearly decided that was the best thing to do, straight up,
I mean,
because
fair enough,
they
yeah.
looked at the source code and they found something interesting.
Something spooky.
Hidden inside the site's HTML code was what appears to be a motto. Can you guess what it reads?
Wait, it reads, brain, right,
Remember.
providing,
Like city
yeah,
quiet pills
to
for...
lazy bastards
Yeah.
who need to put to rest since 1968.
Dispensing Lake City quiet pills to lousy bastards in need of permanent rest since 1968.
I got the year right.
Yeah.
And he was the guy, 26 claimed he was the guy who hosted the website
Yeah.
for the thing.
Oh, actually,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
The plot thickens
It does indeed.
like custard.
Okay.
I really didn't need that, but
Jeez.
I wanted to.
Chunky.
Oh boy. Yeah.
You just
So
use some,
um.
No, never mind. I'm not going to say that. I'll stop there.
Okay. So underneath this was a bunch of information, which is going to sound real confusing at first when I read it out. But
Okay.
we'll go through it. So one of the things that it said was Shade is maintaining the calendar and access to the file dump. Angel has the job postings for EU and Asia. We aren't sending anyone to ME. No one. Don't ask for listings. Pretty weird, right?
Okay, break this
Yeah.
down.
Pretty freaking weird. So, first up, Angel. Angel has the job postings. We can pretty safely assume that that's Angel 26.
Mhm.
Okay.
The job postings, is that did this website have like roles and things, or
Maybe.
oh
Let's continue going through it. Okay, so we have Angel, presumably 26, and we have this new guy, Shade.
Shade.
They're talking about jobs in EU and in the European Union and Asia, and that they aren't sending anyone to ME, which most people agree stands for Middle East.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think I know what's going on. But
So
I'm
they're
not gonna.
they're talking about jobs overseas. Yeah, I think you might
Yeah.
have picked up on what's happening.
Yeah,
there.
I definitely have picked up.
I do not understand.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then we will continue. Yeah. So as well as this, there were a number of kind of secret messages, I suppose, that seemed to be written in shorthand that presumably whoever these were meant for would understand. Let's see some of them. So one of them reads. Yeah, I'm just going to read out a few of these.
Okay.
Immediate need: 8 to 10 Chinese/Korean, fluent Korean /dialect/accent. Details after contact. 12-week half pay. Sequester on refusal.
Are they sending out soldiers?
4 for 24/7 DP. 2-week gig. Fluent English. 2-week sequester. Need formed group 8 to 10. Single op. Deliv bonus. Gentleman's agreement insurance. Immediate need. Need 5 fluent Portuguese. No Euro W/W. 6-month private gig. So, yeah.
Are they
Weird,
looking
right?
for
Yeah.
spies?
Not quite. Well, presumably.
Somewhat.
Soldiers, people.
So,
Then I need people to do a couple jobs. You know.
Yes.
yeah, you're getting it, right?
Yeah.
You're getting it. Okay, so
Sus.
No face, no case, no trace.
so we'll go back to some of those acronyms that they were using, but the same day that 26 posted this Reddit post regarding Milo's death, same day, somebody posted something to the hidden message board on the Quiet Pulse site, and it read, "I am sorry to tell you that old Milo died yesterday. He went quiet and calm, not like we all figured. I gave that fat mangy cat of his to the little girl next door. No services or nothing. You know Milo. I'm taking his ashes back to where his farm was. Close to it anyway. There's a mall where his place was. So hoist a few for the old man. Remember what he said. Keep with the man who's got your back." And this post had pretty much the same kind of misspellings that 26 had made in other posts around the internet.
Yeah.
So we can pretty safely
seems
assume
kind of
that it's this
culty.
guy. Hey?
This seems kind of culty.
Culty.
Mm.
Okay.
Not in the
I know
traditional
exactly
sense.
what this sounds like.
Not in the traditional sense of like seances and shit. I'm talking about just like it's a like a mafia group sort of thing. That's what it feels
Yeah.
like.
Okay.
That's
right.
more of the
More like
vibe,
an organization kind of.
Yeah.
Like these guys are speaking in some kind of code
Yeah.
that they would understand. Yeah.
Cold.
Yeah, probably. So, so this is pretty. Obviously finding this is pretty much a red flag for the people who are looking into this. So they just like continue monitoring.
Wait. Sorry. Why is that a red flag?
Well, because it's weird, right? Like the things that are being posted in the source
Yeah, the
code
other thing.
on
I
this
thought you
website.
meant that message was a
Oh, no,
red
no,
flag,
like these-
and I was
these-
like, that's what he posted on Reddit. Like, it
These
seems pretty
quote unquote job listings.
Yeah. Okay.
like,
yeah. Those,
bizarre.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense
Yeah.
now.
So that was what was it? July 17th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So where are we? September 30th, about 2 months later. Presumably the same person posted, "For those who have asked, I bricked Milo's iron key the same day. All is well." And iron key is an encrypted hard drive.
Oh.
And
Okay.
bricking it basically just means you render it inoperable.
Yeah, you broke it?
The information on it can't be accessed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So presumably Milo had some information that he didn't want people accessing. Yeah.
Interesting. It's
I mean,
a search
yeah,
history.
It's like in that slug anime, and he's like, throw my computer in the bath.
Oh yeah. Please delete my browsing history. Oh god.
Oh dear. And this is where it gets more interesting. November 14th. So what's that? About
Did you say slug? You mean
about
slime?
6 weeks later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Sorry, she's saying things wrong.
It's
now.
because I call him
okay.
a slug, not a slime.
It's a very different thing.
I mean, yeah, but sludge. There you go. Mid-ground.
Yeah. So on
Okay.
November 14th, same year, so about six weeks later, this person that we're presuming to be 26 posts, "Milo's will cleared probate. Surprise, Milo was loaded. Email Shade if we sent you out in 2005 to 2009. Shade will have checks cut for you. Amount is by how many times, not by pay total. Small share is 3 to 4K. So, yeah, there's definitely some shady shit going on here at
Yeah.
this point.
Dodgy as fuck.
Like, these guys are sending people out over, what, a 5-year period? And they're, doing something, to warrant being paid out at least $3,000 to $4,000 in inheritance.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Like-
they also claim they have military experience. Thus,
yeah, right. Because remember, that's the other thing that links 26 and Milo is they both have military experience, and that 26 claimed Milo got him a job after he left the service.
Yeah.
So, the dots are starting to be connected, right?
bit shush.
So now,
Do you know what really gets me? Didn't you say this was an unsolved mystery?
I did.
So there's not even going to be an ending to the story.
So, I mean, probably not one that you'd be satisfied with, but
Yeah.
So, this is where it gets interesting.
Ziplat.
More interesting.
More.
This is the big thing in this mystery.
Big
This is
giveaway.
This is the, well, not really.
The biggest red flag.
I mean,
Colorblind.
this is so far past a red flag.
Oh,
Let me
yeah.
tell you. Okay, so
This is the flags on fire.
so November 14th was that last post about the inheritance money. Okay, so January 2010. What, 2 months later, roughly? Okay, presumably, two. We're just going to say 2-6. Okay, 2-6 returns, and he posts on the Quiet Pill source code saying, "Happy New Year, everyone." Same kind of spelling mistakes, so we presume it's him.
How do you have a spelling mistake and Happy New Year, everyone?
HAPY.
Maybe there's code in the spelling mistakes.
Maybe.
Well, there's more mistakes like throughout the post. So
Okay.
Maybe it's still a code.
Happy New Year, everyone. We're having a birthday party for the old man on the 19th. Party starts at 1500 at the usual. Send your RSVP to Shade. FYI, we're booking a room for 3 days for anyone coming from out of area and overnight for locals. Come hoist one for Dutch Milo. Right, so that sounds pretty, innocent.
Yeah.
They're arranging a party, and maybe they're going to have a send off for their old mate. Right.
Until.
So before I tell you this next part of the story, I have to tell you another story.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of a man named Mahmoud al-Mabou?
Yeah. Not personally.
Probably not.
No.
I would imagine not.
No.
Because he died in January of 2010. Okay, so he was.
I was 10. He was 9. What did you want from us?
So al-Mabou was born in the Gaza Strip in 1960. Okay, so Middle East, and he joined the Muslim Brotherhood when he was a teenager. Spent some time in prison, got released in the mid '80s, and began to associate.
You said that so casually, just like.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
rushing through it to get to the good
Speeding.
stuff, because after he got out of prison, in his mid 20s, he started to associate with Hamas, which was basically. I hesitate to call it the Palestinian government, but it's like the governing body of Palestine.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So, long story short,
Politics.
yeah. Long story short, after World War II, with a lot of Jewish refugees coming out of the Axis countries, there was also stuff going on in the Middle East at that time. Which kind of gets glossed over because of the whole World War II thing. But basically, the Allied powers were carving up that
Land.
area, for their own use, and they decided, hey, we've got all these Jewish refugees. Where did the Jews come from initially? Oh, they came from the Holy Land. This Israel area, right? At the time, that area was known as Palestine. In the aftermath of World War II, the Allied powers decided, let's send all these displaced refugees down to this country, and we just assume that they'll take them in because it's their ancestral homeland. Spoiler alert, they didn't really. And the refugees, the Jewish refugees, basically... I could be getting details insanely wrong. Please don't come for me. I don't know this history as well as I should. Okay.
Come for you.
But basically, these Jewish refugees formed the state of Israel. That's where
Yes.
Israel, as we know it today, came from.
Yeah.
Palestine was the initial country that was there. Obviously, there's been conflict between them for
Yeah.
decades at this point. I'm not going to go into that. But basically, Hamas is the governing body of Palestine. And this guy, al-Mabou, began to associate with them. It's considered by a lot of international governments to be a terrorist organization. Again, not going to comment on that. But this guy started to earn a reputation within Hamas. He, amongst other things, he's claimed credit for the killing of 2 Israeli soldiers in 1989. And this got him on Israel's most wanted list. And he continued after that to serve Hamas for decades. He served time in an Egyptian prison. He was wanted by the Jordanian intelligence community. And he's just been going up the ranks of Hamas, all his time. And by the mid-2000s, he was their chief of logistics. And he served in weapons procurement for their military wing. And he helped with the relationship between Hamas and the Revolutionary Guard in Iran. So, as you can probably
Just doing a lot
guess,
of shit.
this guy is...
And he died when he was 50. You said he died in 2010, right?
Yes.
And you said he was born in 1960?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So he's quite young to do all this shit.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
He had a lot to do. So,
Yeah.
as you can probably guess, this made him a target
Mm.
for a lot of people and
Yes.
countries and governments. Excuse me.
Just people in general.
Mm. So, he's had multiple assassination attempts. Attempts on his life.
Classic.
First one was a car bomb. He survived that. And we don't know many details about that. They never
Imagine
released anything to the
surviving
Western media.
multiple assassination attempts. And he's just like, you can't kill me, bitch.
You can't kill me. Or maybe not.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah,
sure.
he did die pretty young. How did he die?
Well.
There we go.
The second attempt was a team of, we don't know, aggressors
Team.
tried to poison him. That failed. He did fall ill but recovered. And
It's not that hard to drug someone, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
well, he was actually unaware of that second attempt.
shit.
Like, I don't think they ever
Shit.
told him about it.
He's kind of like,
Pretty
"Hey,
shit poison they used.
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. So during this time, he would usually, like, if he had to travel, and as a fairly high-ranking government official, I guess, quote unquote. I don't know. He would travel under fake names. He would use fake passports. He traveled with a security detail. Not always, but most of the time. And in January of 2010, he booked a flight to Dubai, and he was not going to have a security detail with him for this.
and that was his demise.
Well, he had hotel accommodations for 2 days, and his bodyguards were actually going to arrive a day after him. So he would be there for 24 hours
Yeah.
without a security detail,
Yeah.
which is not great.
No, not the best idea.
Yeah, so he arrives in Dubai on January 19th, and this is where it gets interesting. This is where the stories begin to intersect, because there's security footage available from this day. It's about 27 minutes of it
Yeah.
that it appears to show people tailing him, like just observing, like people in the background, and it appears that it's this probably about 24 people, and that they, like, some of them at various points throughout the footage, like, change wigs or clothing, right?
Interesting.
And it basically ends with him, with Al Mahmoud, leaving his hotel. Like, they're following him, like, trying to figure out where he's staying, what he's doing, whether he has any security with him. So they obviously know that he's there.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, they find out where his hotel room is, presumably, and then he leaves the room. Several of them go into the room. Al Mahmoud goes back to his room, and then they leave. He does not.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's found the next day. And what was it? Yeah, the hotel staff checked on him the next morning. They noticed the door was locked from the inside, and his death appeared natural. But they discovered... Oh my god. Stop it.
I haven't done anything. I just
course
heard,
not.
I heard weird sounds coming from my computer. So
Yes, you did.
and then my stomach grumbled. So yeah,
Yes, it did.
it was a combo.
So, basically, they discovered on an autopsy that he had been injected with a fast-acting muscle relaxant, which basically paralyzed him. That he was electrocuted and then suffocated with a pillow.
Quite the combo.
Yeah.
So, clearly, whoever killed him wanted it to look like a natural death.
Yeah.
Didn't really work.
Muscle relaxant and then electrocution.
Do you think maybe the electrocution made the relaxant pass faster?
Maybe.
Well, it was probably so that it wouldn't look like he struggled, which he wouldn't if he was paralyzed.
Yeah.
Like, he just died.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted it to look like. And, I mean, didn't really work, but it worked long enough for them to clearly escape.
Yeah.
Because none of these guys have ever been identified.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. they have
party city wigs and all sorts of things.
yeah. Well, they have the security footage. They've managed to piece together like these individuals' movements. Like they can track them through the hotel. They know where they are. They know what they're doing, who they're following. They've just never been able to find them because it appears that they've all travelled on fake passports using fake credit cards.
Back in 2010 as well. Like.
Yeah, and yeah, they just got away.
Damn.
Barking dog.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus
So
Christ.
there's been like really no updates on this case. There's a number of countries that have basically put out contracts on these guys, whoever they are. Several of them who have been identified by their fake names have been put on Interpol's most wanted list.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, nothing. These guys have just disappeared.
So how does this relate back to our good friend Milo?
So, this assassination occurred on January 19th. Okay. The birthday invite message went out on January 12th.
And it was for January 19th, wasn't it?
Well. So, yeah, let me...
the guns.
Oh, wait, let me find this, because I had
No, it's not the time for this information.
No, I had the doodly. I had it up somewhere. The birthday invite.
The doggo be crying.
Yeah, he is.
Let the doggo. Doggo be lit. Hello? Pupper?
Oh, here he is.
This way.
There is now a dog.
This way.
There's a warm spot.
This way. There we go. There we go.
Oh dear.
There you go. Pup.
All right. Yep.
Pupper. I am the pet whipsper. I am the pet whipsper. There you go.
There he is.
Why do you have sawdust on you? Is that sawdust or leaves?
Leaves.
That's
Oh.
weird.
It's been
Yeah.
outside.
So so the message that was posted on the 12th does in fact say, "We're having a birthday party for the old man on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
Party starts at 1500 at the usual. Send your RSVP to Shade. FYI, we're booking a room for 3 days for anyone coming from out of area and overnight for locals." So the dates line up, right? After that, scrolling through this bloody article, I had
Very
notes,
key.
but I didn't make enough. So there was another message sent out on the 18th on this on the Lake City website. It said, here it is. We got 38 rooms in the Marriott on 46. Shade has the key cards for locals. Pick up at the party. Give your travel name to the desk, and that's it. No ID needed since we're covering the bill. Keep the room service under 500, okay? The phones there are not secure. Bus from the hotel leaves at 13:30. Car service vouchers for return trip when you're ready to crash. Don't DUI.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
that's a lot of hotel rooms, right?
Yeah.
For a party. Yeah, and then...
And it said give your travel names only.
Also the fact that the phones aren't secure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's about all we know. There was no traffic on the website for the next couple of weeks after that post. But
But how does this link?
well, there was a post made about 2 weeks later on February 2nd. Right, it was titled "Party Bills," and it read, "Here is the final for the party: hotel rooms 48,341, limo 6,080, bus 569, bar bill 18,890, food 8,030, dancers 8,300, miscellaneous tips 850, miscellaneous expenses 2,840, med supplies 180, Fat Tommy and Stu are okay too.
What?
Total 94,080. You all did Dutch Milo proud. Thanks."
I'm sorry, who's got 94 grand for a funeral party?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And over the next few
Could you
months,
lie down, please? Thank
over
you.
the next few months, there were also there were more job posts made. some of these were immediate need, for Korean, fluent Korean, dialect accent details after contact, 6 week. So one of the ones that I read earlier, 2 business class security, non-conus, I'm assuming non-conspicuous, fluent French required, and 2 light surveillance, no US W/W, no Mexican W/W.
Okay, interesting.
And yeah, so around 2 months after the assassination, that was when the Reddit folks started picking up on this, and they started poking around, and then the Lake City Quiet Pulse site just encrypted itself.
No.
Like, everything basically changed to code. Like, it wasn't just laid out in the source code. It was all encoded, and nobody was able to decipher it. They're still trying. There's still people on Reddit who are trying to decipher these codes, but the website shortly after that was taken offline.
Mm.
So LakeCityQuietPulse.com is no longer accessible.
Interesting.
Wait, did I miss? How was that assassination and all of this connected? What did I miss there?
Well, the big
Besides the fact that they're on the same date.
yeah, the big thing that people have is that the dates line up, and that
These people are doing dodgy things. That sounds like they're
No,
being
but it
sent
wait.
to kill people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What did I miss? Like, these people are doing Wait. Just
Is your
clocked
brain
it.
working?
Yeah. So, what, are you saying that was one of the jobs?
Yes.
that is exactly
Right.
what I am saying.
Okay, yeah, that's the...
Dog, no, don't do it. Oh.
Go into the desk. Go into your little hiding spot. Okay, that's what I missed. That's,
Yeah.
That's the
So-
connection my brain didn't make.
So yeah, let's look at some of the let's very quickly look at some of these job posts.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. What was the
Dog is in
what
there.
was the last job post? The
Um,
the last one before the assassination.
we don't know. They just seem to kind of like pop up. Nobody has like a comprehensive list.
Yeah.
I don't think. But yeah, there were some of them. Oh my god.
Missed.
Oh my god. Just jostling the laptop.
Dog.
So what do we have here? I'm looking for one that has
Oh my
some. Here you go. 2 ground types: fluent Farsi, Arabic, French. No papers, no problems. That seems pretty dodgy. Need 5 fluent Portuguese, no Euro W/W, 6-month private gig. And W/W, most people have taken to mean wet work, which is like, murder. Anything involving blood, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's standard military slang. Yeah. It's just a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Okay. That's the connection I was missing there. But okay.
Yeah, just bizarre stuff. So, the main theory is that this was a job board for private military contractors.
Yeah. Hidden in a website of image sharing.
Yeah, private security, maybe assassins, we don't know.
SAS.
I mean, that's like a military branch, so,
Yeah. Exactly. Well, yeah. But I just wanted to be cool.
Okay.
Hello.
But yeah, that's what we have, really.
Yeah.
So, one last thing I'm going to leave you with
You're
is
right. I'm unsatisfied with that ending.
the name, Lake City Quiet Pulse.
Yeah.
Right? Seems weird,
Yeah.
right?
Odd name for a photo sharing site.
Yeah, so there's really one main theory that everyone has, and that's that it's somehow linked to the Lake City Army Ammunition Plant, which is not located in a place called Lake City. It's located in Independence, Missouri, which is
Okay.
a city in Missouri, right? And this is, obviously, it's a factory that produces ammunition for the U.S. military. It was set up by Remington Arms in 1941, and it's currently administrated by Northrop Grumman, who are like the main contractor to the U.S. military. Yeah, and the working theory is that Quiet Pulse refers to bullets,
Yeah, that's
given the Lake City connection.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, that's what we have on Lake City Quiet Pulse. Yeah.
It's very possible that is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a
Very
it's a
odd place
weird
to
one, right?
hide it, though.
But
It
at
makes
the same...
no goddamn sense.
See, like, it...
Compels me though.
What doesn't make sense is, like, how... Like, obviously, social media, you know, we find a lot of things. But he kind of, like, almost led them to it. Like, why would you use a similar username on... Like, because you...
Working theory is that this guy, you know...
Well, mind you, he did say that he didn't really do Reddit and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
but-
so I think the working theory is this guy 26, you know, posts on a bunch of other places around the internet, uses a variant on the same username for most of these places. Maybe Angel26 was already taken on Reddit,
Yeah.
and he just used 26, or maybe because it was going to be a throwaway account, you know, he didn't use his full regular username. You know, just wanted to let people know what was happening with this guy who, you know, was pretty active on this site when he wasn't. Didn't expect that, you know, so many people would be interested in what happened to this guy, or, you know, who he was.
Yeah.
And, yeah, basically didn't expect people to go poking around in his business, I suppose.
Yeah.
Especially if he was an older guy like Milo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Yeah. It's just, it's
Pre-internet
it's
stuff scares me.
bizarre
Oh, yeah.
and, like,
It's feasible, though.
I just,
Yeah.
I had not heard of this until a couple years. Yeah, like you said, when Red Web covered it.
Yeah.
which is another mystery podcast who mostly cover internet stuff. Fascinating stuff. I love it. It's one of my favorites
Damn.
Yeah.
because it doesn't really have an answer. Like, we have theories
Yeah.
that are probably true, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah. And imagine all the other stuff, if it is true, that those listings referred to that
Yeah,
we don't know about.
The fact that this is like potentially a real thing that is happening. You know, like, you don't see this kind of thing outside of movies.
Yeah.
It's just exciting.
That's like
and
with
scary.
spies and things like that. When I saw this thing, it was on like a Snapchat, but it was this woman who used to be a spy, and her job was literally to seduce criminals and things
Honey
like
trap.
that. And like, yeah,
Yeah.
she, like her job was being the, and she was like, I joined the military when I was like, what did she say, 18 or something, like just as she turned 18 or
Sounds
whatever.
about right, yeah.
And because she was pretty and young, they were like, this is your job now. She was kind of like,
Knew this?
oh, okay, like it was one of those things you can't really refuse. Like,
Yeah.
you have to just, yes, sir. And so she's Russian as well. Russian
Yeah.
Russian
Oh,
thing,
that
and
makes
she was
sense.
just, and she was like talking about her job, and I was like, that's so weird that like spies are a thing, like
Yeah.
secret intelligence is a thing. Like, how do you get into that line of work? How do you grow up and be like, yeah, let's do that?
I mean, I wanted to be a spy when I was a kid.
Yeah, but like,
didn't
did you want to
actually
be
know.
a spy to be like, da-da-da,
Well,
or did
I was
you actually want to be a
Yeah,
spy?
I was into James Bond, as a lot
Yeah.
of a lot of children are. I didn't, I grew up with the Pierce Brosnan movies. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
I didn't know what it would actually entail being an
Yeah.
intelligence agent. So, I don't know, could have been an interesting career, but nah. I do this
It was
instead.
very difficult.
yeah. Instead, we're here. I couldn't
Yeah.
do it just because the whole like you pretty much cut yourself off from everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it depends who you work for.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, that was Lake City Quiet Pills.
Very cool.
Hope you found that just as interesting as I do.
Yes.
Yeah, so we need to go
Post
play
your theories
a
down in the
D&D game
comments.
now.
Yeah,
Yes.
we need to go play
Yes,
D&D.
please do.
Oh, God.
Follow up on it. There's active communities around the internet working on it, especially on Reddit. Yeah,
Where
see
it
if
all
you
started.
can't decode some of those encrypted posts
Mm.
that people have put up. Yeah, but until then, follow us on what is it? Twitter and Instagram
Yep.
at ZeroFunction Pod.
Yep.
We definitely have things there.
Yep. I mean, I'm trying to get better at Twitter.
I
did
still
post.
need the hard drive, so
I did post about our previous episode
Just buy
this
one.
morning, so yes, not that anyone is following us, so
That's
you
fine.
know. Follow Jen. I am Genevieve on YouTube and Twitch. You stream.
most
Do you
days.
stream most
Like,
days? Yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
almost every day.
Yikes.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, check out our Twitch page for our actual schedule.
Yes.
Yep, and
Conall's there too.
yeah.
It's funny.
All right, cool. And it's
My week
Jen's
next week. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have no idea what I'm doing, but
The weekend after that,
stuff.
I won't be here, so maybe not an episode that
and it would be your week anyway.
Yeah, it would be my week anyway, but
Mm.
yes.
We may or may not figure something out.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Maybe your computer will be up and running, but
Hopefully.
Funny.
we're almost there.
PCs. Ugh. This is why I'm a console gamer.
Yeah,
I'm a
true.
console peasant.
Fair enough.
Peace.
Ah.
All right. Bye.